Hi guys, I am popping on just to give you a little bit of an intro. So I am trying to catch up on market day videos. I've gotten so far behind, so at this point we're in May, and I've done like 5 markets or so and haven't posted any of them. So in this video we're going to do the market prep, market day, market breakdown for 3 of those shows from week to week. So this should be over about a month period. Stick around with me till the end and let me know what you think. All right, keep watch. Hi guys, I am popping on because it's market day. This is my first one for the year. I'm so excited. Man, do I need the money right now too? Like, I haven't been working since the middle of January because of the surgery that I had, so I'm excited to get back out there. But of course, I've still got the cough of death that has followed this really bad influenza B or whatever that I had, and so I've been hacking and coughing to the point of almost throwing up. TMI, sorry. Because I'm gagging myself when I cough. It's great. So trying to chew some gum, see if that will help. But otherwise, Fit Check is my logo shirt. Van's all packed up. I don't need my knitting machine. It's just in here still, but we're gonna see how this goes. All right, catch you there, guys. Bye. Hi. So let's see, today is, oh gosh. Okay. Hi, today is March 10th, I believe. I had a market, my first market of the year, yesterday. Just a small one to get my feet wet. I've been off for a while because I had surgery and I was just released back to do things that I love, and so it was a fire department local to me, only like 15 minutes away. They decided to make room to put some vendors in the truck room, which usually they take the trucks out for that, but they didn't. So we were in there with the trucks, with the Chinese auction. They only charged us $5 to set up in the truck room, so I can't complain, I guess, about that. I will include a video of my setup in the beginning, or maybe just pictures of my setup before and after. But I just wanted to hop on and give you guys the breakdown. So I only sold 14 things. That's it, just 14. So well, and now I wonder if it was even 14, because Alright, ignore me. So I sold one leggy froggy. It was the only one that I had, and I made it in Burnett Velvet yarn, so it was very small. I sell them for $10. I made a whole bunch of the jelly bean bunnies from, what is it, Darling Maple Designs, and I used Premier Retro Velvet. I wish I could speak. So they're also very little, and I sell them for $10. I sold 3 of them. Then I also got an order for a brown one and 2 different shades of pink with embroidered on eyes. So I have to make those as well. Then I sold 2 of the little Triceratops. Same thing, I made them in burlap velvet or the Premier Retro Velvet. They were $10. I also sold 4 of the little, they're just like a little egg chicken almost. I make them with Sweet Snuggles Light, and they come out about yay big. I sell them for $10 a piece. I sold 4 of them. Then I found, it's Millie the Cow. It's a pattern on Rippler that I bought. I made this one with the burlap velvet yarn. And I had a black and white one. I sold it for $15. And then I sold 3 Tank the Turtles, also done in burlap velvet. Also for $10 a piece. So not including... Oh, and I got an order for a green dino with no eyes. So not including the 4 orders, it would be... Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, okay, 14. 14 toys that I sold. And that ended up being a total of like $145. So minus my $5 vendor fee, so there's $140. And then minus, I spent $5 on food, so now I'm down to $135. And that's it. You know, it didn't really... It was 15 minutes there and 15 back, so I guess 5 minutes in gas. But I didn't buy anything when I was there. I sold what I sold. That's pretty much it. It's a very small show. I don't have to restock as hard for my show this coming Saturday, which is nice. But I'm going to work on some things anyways. I want to try to build what I have. Because you will see in my video clip that the things... I've even brought out like my hats and cowls and stuff like that and put them on the table because I wasn't sure how full my new setup was going to look. And I didn't want it to look bare. So now I know I don't need those. Because it's March. It's going to start getting warmer. Not that you know today because it was a snowy blizzard all day and gross. But it's going to be back up to almost 50 tomorrow and then up to like past 60 throughout the week. So I think we're done with hats and stuff for a while. So now it's time for the purses and the crop tops and the toys and, you know, the accessories. So I want to expand on what I have because for toys, what I have right now are baby Triceratops, baby turtles, baby chickens, baby bunnies, the mini mushy boys that I made in Sweet Snuggles Light as well, a variety of little like $15 cows, some bigger chickens that are not the Mabel chickens, that's just the same baby egg chicken made with burlap blanket yarn instead of Sweet Snuggles Light, so it's a little bit bigger. I do have an ice cream cone, a froyo, and I've got a few bigger Triceratops, a bigger T-Rex, and 4 like chunky Godzillas. And pretty much everything that just about everything I used are free patterns that I found on Instagram. For whatever reason with my YouTube videos, it doesn't allow me to post links in the description. So I don't know if I need to post a certain number of videos in order for that to be approved or what. If anyone knows how to get around that, please let me know because I'd love to share the links to things with you guys. I see a lot of people posting in a Google Doc link in the comments on where they get their patterns, what they used. And I can't do that for you guys because it won't let me post a link in the comments. Or not in the comments, in the description. So if you guys know how to get around that, please let me know because I'd love to help you. So help me help you. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to kind of just working on some things throughout the week. I did add, at my show yesterday, I finished an elephant that I found on Instagram, and I finished 2 more of those yesterday once I got home. So today, I want to replace the things that I sold and then add more leggy froggies. Because people like frogs. So if I add in, 10 little leggy froggies and then make a handful of like the chubby froggies, I think that I should be fine. And they'll all be little, and I figure if I work for a while restocking like just building on my inventory of the little $10 toys, then I can use the bigger yarns after that for a while, and I'll have all the same toys just in different sizes, and it'll be easier to restock, it'll be easier to remember the patterns, to work faster at them, and to build the inventory that I have at different price points. But the $10 items sell so easy. I don't get a lot of pushback from people. And if anybody ever questions, you know, like, well, why are these $10 when they're so small? I basically explain to them that, you know, just because they're little doesn't actually mean that they're easy. A lot of times them being smaller makes it more difficult to sew it together if you need to do that, or to do any of the finishing touches on them. But also, I explain that my prices might be a little bit higher than some other people simply because I've been crocheting consistently for 20 years, which is hard for people to grasp because I don't look as old as I am. I'm 30, I'll be 31. So I learned when I was 11, and I never really put it down. I can say I consistently crocheted through middle school, through high school. There might have only been like a year after high school that I didn't crochet throughout the year. And that was just bad ex-boyfriend. Didn't really encourage me to do the things that I loved. Made me feel bad about it. So, yay for that to be in the past. Although in that time period I crocheted a king-size blanket. So, I was crocheting. And then after him, I'd met another guy who he thought it was the coolest thing in the world that I crocheted. So I really got into it, and that's when I started selling at markets and stuff. So that was... I started selling probably in 2012, 2013. So over 10 years ago, I've been consistently selling. And it's very cool. It's very cool. So I'm going to get back to it and hope you guys like the breakdown and enjoy my videos and pictures. Bye. See you in the next one. Hi. I'm market prepping. I have a market tomorrow. So I'm on octo duty. So far I've already made a light purple one and a dark purple one, a light pink one, and a dark pink one, a mint green one, and a tealish green one, a light blue one, and for the last, I think I'm going to only do one more. I'm going to do this blue. So we're going to cut it here, and we're going to go ahead and hyperlapse me making the last one, and we're going to time it. So let's go. I always seem to overshoot the end of the row by like 2 stitches, and then I have to rip it out. Okay, 15 minutes, not including stuffing or sewing this shut. So we'll see how much it weighs, and I'll add it to my pricing calculator from Crochet with Bay, and we'll figure out how much we gotta price it at. I'm thinking 15. This is about the size of my $15 toys, so we'll see. Bye! And here we have some things that I was market prepping for the show that is happening tomorrow. Here we are all set up at Connect 55 Plus on March 16th in Meadville, PA. We were set up in the lobby. The new addition this weekend are the wood vinyl cube units. I think it's a great addition. Check back in later. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so in this market breakdown video, we're talking about the show at Connect 55 Plus in Meadville. This is an elder living community for, I'm assuming, 55 years and older. Fun fact, it is built on the grounds of where the Talon Factory zippers were originally made in Meadville, Pennsylvania. They stopped producing quite some time ago and eventually had to tear down the building and rebuild on the project, so it's pretty neat. In the video that will show not my setup, but pictures of my setup, and then I did a couple little videos here and there. You'll actually see a picture behind my table of one of the original zipper. You'll be able to see a picture of one of the original zipper diagrams, I'm assuming. I don't know exactly if that's what it's called, but it's a really neat image. Anyways, so this show, it cost me $10 to set up for Saturday only. It did also have the option to do Friday for 5 hours the night before, which I don't know how well it would have done, really. Maybe it would have done okay because it's an elder community building. So they said that their bake sale did really well Friday night, and maybe sales would have done well too. I'm not really sure because I wasn't there, so maybe I'll try it next time. Please be advised that I'm trying to do this video around my 2 small children. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, 2 little boys, and they are insane. So, anyways, before I got to this show, I stopped at Dollar General and I spent $12 on these 2 cute little gold baskets to just help elevate my setup. And I was told when I was setting up by somebody else that they didn't think that it added anything, that they thought that it looked better without them, so I chose not to use them this time. Maybe I'll try again. I don't know. I'll get your opinion later. I ended up spending $3 on food. So not very much, but basically I bought baked goods because, that's what was there. And it was helping support the elders' trip fund. So you can't go wrong with that. I also forgot my lotion at home, and I don't know about anybody else, but I have sensory issues, and although my hands are not dry, they feel dry all the time. So I am obsessed with putting lotion on all day long. So I had to buy a lotion bar from one of the other vendors. Thankfully, it's somebody that I've known amongst the vendor community for a while. So it was nice to be able to support another vendor that way. And it's really cute. It's in the shape of a mustache. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get to it. I'll tell you what I sold and how much that I made. The breakdown and stuff like that. And then I will follow this with pictures and some video of my before pictures of my setup and then after video of what I had left. So I started out, I sold 1 turtle for $10, 1 mini mushy boy for $13, 3 jelly bean bunnies for $10 each, 3 tiny dinos for $10 each, 6 small chickens for $10 each, 2 medium chickens for $15 each, 4 leggy froggies for $10 each, 3 octos for $15 each, 3 small cows for $15 each, 1 large cow for $25, and 2 axolotls for $10 each. So this broke down to 29 items sold for a total of $348 in sales. It did break down to $12
for the average sale. Then after my fees, so my net sales ended up being $320 for this show, which for me, any one day show that makes net sales over $300 is a good market for me. I will go back, no questions asked. So my further breakdown, it took me about 9 hours start to finish, setup, tear down, all that. So this breaks down to about $36 per hour that I worked. So fantastic for that. I did mention last time that this breakdown does not include my cost of materials. Like, I haven't broke that down quite yet of with the items that I sell, how much in materials, like how much did I spend to make the items that I sold. So making 28 items, or selling 29 items, my typical cost per item is around $2 a piece. So let's say that my cost of materials for this market was a little more than $50. Either way, it still works out in the end, and I'm happy about it. I really am. This is definitely a show that I will do again, which is just, it's so funny. I mean, and I did decent enough with the one day that I will probably attempt the Friday, which I don't generally do, like Friday days, unless it's a 3-day festival. And I definitely don't do like Friday evenings, like half-day markets, because there's so much effort in going and setting up and being there for just a few hours and then going home. Granted, I don't have to tear down, but still. This also was an interesting market because of the fact that there were a lot of different vendors. Like, everybody kind of had different things. And on top of that, the organizer, she is a longtime family friend. I've known her since I was 5. She actually also did the photography for my wedding, so I've known her for a very, very long time. So it was nice to be able to see her and catch up and see her kids, which are full-grown adults and bigger than I am, and it's strange. So either way, that's my breakdown for my market. Oh, and the date for this market was March 16th. That was yesterday in my book. So I will try to get these videos out to you soon. I know that I have a video scheduled for next week, but I think I'm going to bump it to be able to put this in place. And either way, I will catch you in the next one, guys. Bye. Just popping on as an update to what has sold. I don't think I sold any dinos or turtles this time, but oh my gosh, the chickens all went like crazy. So this is what I got left. Here we are for the third market. Here's what my setup looks like before and after product is put on it. I just wanted to pop on real quick and give you an update of my booth halfway through the day. So I haven't sold any of my extra large dinos or my elephants, but I have sold turtles and the mini triceratops and the tiny chickens. I think and a mushroom and an octo and an axolotl and a jellyfish and some bunnies and a Highland cow. I do have some dish scrubbies. I have not sold them. I still have my big Felicity frog, but I did sell my small Felicity frog. I donated a couple of my pumpkins for the auction. And then I still have my wonderful, ginormous dragon. She's very sleepy. She's huge, and people love her to pieces. So I just wanted to update you and show you where I'm at. I did add some pandas and an otter. And yeah, check back later. Popping back in to give you guys an update. I'm dwindling. Just about everything fits on these shelves now. Still no dinos sold. Check it out.
Hi guys. I am popping on because I had a market yesterday and I just wanted to let you know how it went. So, first off, forgive my appearance. Not last night, the night before last. I got 2 hours of sleep before this market. So I was whooped by the time that I was done. I also went to urgent care afterwards and got antibiotics because I got a sinus infection. So, gonna treat that. But anyway, so it was, to start off, it was a really great market. It was from 8 until 3. I got there about 6:45 to set up. They had the kids there at the school helping us bring stuff in and then helping us take it out to our cars when we were all said and done, which was awesome. That doesn't happen all the time around here. If you hear things in the background, I'm sorry. My kids are in the living room with grandma. Anyways, so it didn't take me super long to set up. It was a fair day for sales. Lots of love on all my stuff. And then the only real issue was that it's a school, so internet connection in the school is really spotty, really difficult. They do have a guest Wi-Fi, but it was totally overwhelmed. So I did not have an issue with the internet. I know that there were some vendor friends. There were some vendor friends who were not able to connect to the internet and had to risk it with Square to accept payments when they got online, which means you don't know if their card's going to get declined in the moment. So I don't personally do that, but thankfully I did not have that issue. I just know that it was an issue that they had. Also, by the end of it, it was kind of fun because the kids, they created this game, some kind of a trading game where they started with a candy bar and they went up to a vendor and they asked if there was anything on their table that they would trade for a candy bar. And so then they would take the item that they traded for and they would go to another vendor. And is there anything on your table that you would trade for whatever the item is that I have? Well, they came to me initially with a chocolate covered pretzel. I don't like pretzels. Asking if I would trade it for my best seller, which is a tiny chicken. I was like, I'm sorry I can't, but how about this tiny pumpkin? We're out of fall season. That's fine. I can trade a pumpkin for it. I'll give it to my kids. And then, so that's all fun and good. And then they go running around and eventually they come back because this kid really wanted one of my tiny chickens. And he comes back to me with this. It's a pickle about yay big that somebody else crocheted in the building. And she only had it listed for $8. Something at that size I would have sold for $30. And I thought it was cute, and in a way it's supporting another crocheter. And she was like, you know what, fine, I will give you one of my tiny chickens, which is all of this big, for her giant pickle. And I was like, my kids will love it. Because I crochet every day, but I don't crochet things for my kids, like, ever. So that's something that they get to love and they get to enjoy, and I don't ever have to worry about selling it because I am not the person that's going to resell somebody else's crocheted stuff. That's not cool. I don't agree with that, and that's not something I'll do, so my kids will love it. But that was just fun. So to get into the recap, the vendor fee was $30. It came with an 8-foot table and 2 chairs if I wanted them. I did donate 2 medium-sized pumpkins to the Chinese auction. And then we'll count it as a loss, I guess. But I don't know how to explain that. But even though it was my choice and part of the game and whatever, I'm going to count this small pumpkin and the tiny chicken as in that as well. So I sold 3 tiny turtles, 2 mini mushy boys, 4 small bunnies, 3 small triceratops, 2 tiny chickens, 1 small axolotl, 1 small otter, 1 small panda, 1 medium octo, 2 they're medium jellyfish, but this pattern I can't make it any smaller, 1 small cow, and 1 Felicity frog, the smaller one. Felicity frog is a new pattern release by Fifi Crochets. I had to remember that. I made mine out of velvet yarn, and it came out to about 9 inches tall. She's very cute and wonderful, and this little girl came by and she had to have her. So I sold her for $35 at 9 inches roughly, because she came with a purse and a frilly dress and all that. So in total, I sold 22 items, and I made $289. Now, minus the vendor fee, which was $30, and minus $7.09 for square fees, I made $251.91. My average sale was also $11.45. And I would say that this was a decent market. You know, I kind of usually break them down a little bit further. So in my sales report, I write down the miles. So it was 54 miles total. And it took me 10 hours to set up, sell, tear down. So it breaks down to about $25 an hour, which is really cool. Okay, kind of. Not including the hours that it took me to make the items that I sold. I haven't really thought about that. It probably took me about 11 hours, so we won't go into that. That makes me feel sad. Anyways, so just the day of the market and based on what I sold. So this is great. You know, this is a market that I would do again. I know that if I was set up with my hats and ear warmers and stuff like that, like I have in years past for a spring market, I wouldn't have sold hardly anything. So with my other half of my product, this would not be a market that I would be able to return to, but with the product that I'm bringing now, it's definitely a show that I could return to next year, because $251 in profit is better than $0 in profit if I didn't have a show. So this is my third weekend in a row that I've done a show, and next weekend for me is Easter. So there will be no markets. Then the weekend after that, I'm pretty sure is the eclipse weekend. So I need to send in my vendor fee for that market, and I think that we'll be outside, which I live in northwestern Pennsylvania, so that's kind of risky. I'm hoping that it's not going to be cold, but at the same time, I can handle it. I do have a heated coat. I do, if I can find them, have electric hand warmers. I have a heated neck warmer, or an electric neck warmer. And I have my outside setup and all that, so I could totally do it, but first weekend in April is really early for an outside market. Other than that, though, guys, like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing coming up, because let me bring up my sales thing from last year. Nope. There it is. Okay, so for me, like, the next market that I did last year that would be coming up that I would want to return to is our Pride event, and that's not until July, which I know that's weird. Pride should be in June, but around here it's in July. Just not really sure. There was one that we did, it was in tandem with an event at a winery, and it's an event that I would consider maybe if I have nothing else going on, but they're not doing the event there anymore. At least the organizer's not. So I may be able to reach out to the owners of the winery and find out if they're accepting vendors this year. But I don't know. They're not doing it though. And then the next one was one called Durant Down Home Days. It was over a 3-day period. So it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And granted, I did make $362 in sales. However, half of that was a rainbow chunky cardigan that I had made. So I don't have that anymore, and the chances of selling something else like that are pretty slim. So that's not really an event that I would consider worth it to do again. Maybe with my stuffed animals and toys it'd be a lot better, but I don't know if I want to risk it, honestly. It was super, super windy. It's really far from my house. I went up and I actually stayed at my brother and sister-in-law's, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house for the weekend, which is nothing against them, but like having sleepovers at anyone's house other than my mom's is highly uncomfortable for me. So either way, I'm going to try to find some new awesome markets to get into this year, and I'm going to work on seriously prepping my toys and stuff, because right now I have enough toys to sit on one table, and at some point I want to have enough toys to like basically fill a wall. So my typical setup includes like crate displays. So I take these wooden crates and I hang them on the grid walls that I surround my tent with, because I don't like to use tables that take up a lot of space. So I need to find a way to do it to where I can display my toys like on a wall, but still tiered, because I got these new collapsible tiered stands, and I don't know, I need to figure it out. I need to keep playing with it. I mean, my display and what I'm making is constantly evolving, and from springtime, once we transition from springtime into summer, I'll have a lot more crop tops and crop tops and scrunchies and wristlets and little things like that. So I need to have space to sell my crop tops, but I also need to have space for lots of toys. So I'm figuring that out, and as I do, you guys will see the process along the way. So yeah, I mean, this is the end of the market breakdown. You know, keep watch. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube, please do. I do a lot of these market breakdowns, especially in the summertime when I'm setting up my canopy and grid walls and stuff. I tend to do a lot of hyperlapsed. Is that the word? Hyperspeed? I don't know, whatever. The sped up version of a video of setting up my display completely. In the markets that I've done in the last few weeks, it's been a bit cramped in space, so there's not anywhere for me to put my camera in order to video record it. So as that happens, you know, I'll get there. And if you're interested in knowing what my bestsellers at this market were, my number one bestseller was bunnies. We are the week before Easter, though. My second bestseller were turtles and little triceratops. And this is Tank the Turtle, so they come out itty bitty. And then it's a free pattern triceratops by, I believe, Love Crochet or Club Crochet. It's a free website. Super easy. I make them in velvet yarn. They're teeny tiny. Then my third bestseller is tied between the mini mushy boy pattern, the tiny chickens by Making Things Naughty, and a new jellyfish pattern. The jellyfish pattern is Emmy's Crochet Creations. I know that I'm saying something else in the clip. Ignore that. I was wrong. It will be a pattern release coming out soon. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, then you should actually see when the pattern releases. I'll put it up with details. So either way, I'm going to post my videos of my market and, you know, my before, my after, some of my during, and that way you get a good idea of what I'm doing. But I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye.